Your question, sir, is pretty specific, and I would suggest or ask that you email that question, and we can give you a specific answer to that. Our levees, the Mississippi River Tributary Project levees, we have annual inspections on those, and every 5 years we have a more detailed periodic inspection. If it's a Mississippi River tributary levee that you just mentioned you have concerns with, we've had eyes on the ground in the past years. In regards to reducing stage at different areas, again, it's variable depending on whether you're at Cairo or at Fulton levees, Fulton County levees.
Right. Well, I'm about 10 miles above Hickman, and it's where the river current. I've got 9 feet of depth on the river bank, 13, 17 feet of depth on the farm, and then the 1 mile an hour current across me. Of course, I'm concerned about standing, and also the integrity of the riverbank above me. It might lead to a washout of the riverbank, as we experienced in, what was it, 75, and, we had 2 washouts there. So that's my question, is to what degree is the washouts there being anticipated? What relief could we expect if the floodway is operated? And also, I just expressed the opinion that, I already have 10 feet of current on my land, and I would just say that it would be a good thing if we could share the current. So thank you for your answer.
Thank you, and sir, I'd again suggest you email the Memphis district, and they can give you a specific answer to that specific question. Thank you. Next question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
General Walsh?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
This is Chelsea Carter with CNN. I'm just trying to get a better picture of when this decision will be made. Is it being made tomorrow for the 2nd and 3rd, or does the decision clock start rolling tomorrow?
The decision this decision clock has been rolling. The decision earlier today to move the motor vessel was made at 11 o'clock. When the motor vessel gets to its location at where it's required to be at Bird's Point, the district commander and I will have another discussion on whether to move to the next step, and it'll be dependent on conditions. So it's not time phased; it's conditions based. Yes, sir.
General, you mentioned under seepage and some sample walls on the frontline levee. The levee.
Colonel Reichling, do you know these? Which particular areas are we talking about?
You had mentioned
There's under seepage at Cairo, and we're working that. And there's also under seepage at Fulton County levees, and a number of other areas where we're working. Certainly at Eagle Lake down in Mississippi, we've got some under seepage there, and we've got folks working the Mississippi levees as well. So it's.
You're not observing any though in the floodway in terms of the frontline levee.
In the floodway, we don't see any leakage at this point. Did you have a question, sir?
Yes, I just wanted to tell you that this is actually going to be very costly to me, but we thank you for your efforts. We want you to know that we thank you for your efforts.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, everybody, I hate you have to be here. We thank you for your efforts.
Thank you. And on behalf of the hundreds and hundreds of people that are working here, thank you for that.
You need that, I think.
Stand by on the radio. Yes?
Was interested in the integrity of the levee at Commerce. Is that under question now, or is that one of the ones you're concerned about? I'm making a decision whether or not to evacuate based upon what you say.
Yes, sir. Colonel Reichling, the district commander, why don't you come up and answer that question?
Yes, sir. We've been on Commerce Bird's Point levee, and we are seeing some under seepage on there, but nothing that would make us concerned. It is performing as designed right now, and our engineers, again, are on that levee every day, and it is performing as designed.
How much of a lead time would we have for failure on that? What kind of warning would we have if we had to evacuate?
Sir, I would give you as much warning as possible, but again, that levee is performing as designed. We have no No concerns at this point in time with that levee.
I'd just go back to answer that question in regards to time. We saw a pretty much a leak or a seep in Cairo that we didn't think was going to be a big deal, and then we started working that, and that turned into be the largest boil that I have ever seen, and we worked that in a 24-hour cycle. So it's going to be situationally dependent. Keep track of where you're at. Make sure your local law enforcement is you're in touch with them, and we're working, as I mentioned earlier, in a cooperative way with everybody in place.
If we could take one more question.
One more on the phone.
On the phone, and one more in the house, sir.
Yeah, I announced that they ordered a mandatory evacuation in Cairo at midnight tonight, by midnight tonight, based on, the conditions there. Just wanted to give you an update.
Okay, thank you. On the phone.
Yes, I have a question. Two questions. One, are you worried at all about those sand boils in Cairo causing real problems there? And secondly, what time will the barges reach their destination today?
Yes, the boils at Cairo does cause me real concern. Having this much pressure on the entire system causes me concern, and the motor vessel will arrive in the next 4 hours.
Okay, we have one more question for here in the house.
Sir.
Jacob?
Well, what are some of the other areas along, we talked a lot about Cairo, but what are some of the other levee areas that we're seeing some problems that give you the most concern?
Well, we're having some concerns right now up at Wapapella Reservoir. The district commander has asked and have been approved to have a major deviation on that reservoir. We have put a rock wall on the emergency spillway to hold water back from coming into into this area. If we get the rains that we are projecting, that rock wall will probably be overtopped. We're working very closely with that. Down in the Vicksburg district, as I mentioned, Eagle Lake has a place called Buck Chute that is very close to the mainline levee, and we're working to put a water berm around that area. So all the districts along the Mississippi are working under seepage.
General, sir, I think Ms. Emerson wants to have a word.
General, thank you. Thanks, General Peabody, Colonel Rankley, RD, and to the whole team. We're real proud of the work you're doing, and I know it's very tense and very, very stressful. I do want to ask, just if you could tell us how much protection does Cairo actually have? In other words, what is their wall, the flood wall, and how much freeboard is left there if the river gets up to 60.5, and otherwise on their levees?
I'm not sure I have the exact piece on that. Bernie, do you know the height of the wall?
I thought they said yesterday 64. That's it. 64.
It may be 60. It may be 64, but the areas where we're quite concerned with is the boils, the underseepage, and there is a little bit of leakage on the wall itself. So I don't believe that we're going. I don't believe we're going to have overtopping, and I'm really not concerned at overtopping at Cairo right now. I'm really concerned about underseepage.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other last question, sir?
Just to clarify, if you do operate the system, because I've heard both ways, do you blow the north end first and then blow to let it out the south end, or do you let it back in through the south end before you degrade the top end?
We'll do the upper reach first. Upriver first. Okay, thank you very much, and keep plugged in. Thank you, Sheriff.